SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Catherine West from Visalia, California. And for many years, my husband has listened to the podcasts. And so every time I am stressed about anything, he has said, well, we need to call Save with Conrad. We ended up in a situation where we thought this would be helpful for us. So we were struggling with some credit card debt that we had. We knew that we had some equity in our house that we could possibly access to get some cash out and refinance, consolidate some of those things. And so we were able to do that with this latest refinance that we did. It saves us so much on interest and really helps us out financially. Plus, we have a little left over to be able to do a few things around the house that we wanted to. And the money that we were paying into those things, we can hopefully start saving now. In that alone, we'll save $1,400 a month. And it didn't change our house payment, maybe even like $50 less. I feel like we're far away in terms of like the United States, but I don't feel that far away from you guys. I always feel like you're a phone call away, you're an email away, and always like available to me. Diane Raver is who we worked with. And every time I needed her, I was able to reach out and contact her, and she was always getting right back to me. I felt heard. I called with real concerns, and I really just needed some help and to figure out how to make this work. I never felt like I was getting this because you just wanted business. Like, I felt like you genuinely care about what I need, and you heard what I needed, and then you found a way to make that happen. And so I recommend you guys wholeheartedly. I feel like you'll be honest and helpful. And feeling heard is just what every person wants to have done when it's in a situation like this. My name is Catherine West, and I saved over $1,400 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 2129, Equal Housing Lender. SaveWithConrad.com. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, man, how fired up do you think I am after this weekend at C2E2 in Chicago and the great show that we had? And I'm just pumped up to be a part of Conrad Thompson's empire. I'm pumped up to be a part of What Happened When for all of our great patrons out there on Patreon, wherever you are. Damn it, we love your ass, don't we?
Well, I don't know about your ass, but we do love you. And I'm sure Efren is pretty fired up about your ass, but we had a great time at C2E2. And you sent me a text message over the weekend that said, "Dear God, please book us in every Comic-Con in America. I'm in heaven. This is effing awesome."
Yeah, it was great to walk around the floor and see all the characters. And I got one of the great Superman, cartoonists to sign some, prints for me. I was living the life, and, we were right there next to Pro Wrestling Tees, our good friends there, and got to see them, got to see CM Punk, got to see our buddies, the Young Bucks as well. And we just, and Eric and I had a great time signing autographs and meeting fans, and, damn, we had a great time with the show. Had a lot of fun with that. So it was just a wonderful weekend. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know what to expect. I'd never been the one. I didn't know what to expect, but I'm in it full force now, big guy. Podcast gimmick I'm loving, especially if I get to go to Comic-Cons like we did. And I know there are Comic-Cons all across the country. I know there's a big one in San Diego and in New York City, here in Atlanta area, Dragon Con. I'm on the train, man. But more than that, we want to let the fans know that we're going to be around New York City and Brooklyn at WrestleMania time, aren't we?
Man, I'm fired up about that. It's going to be another super show with you and Eric Bischoff. Tickets are on sale right now at WHW83.com. It's just steps from Barclays Center right before the biggest Monday Night Raw of the year. What are you waiting for? If you haven't already, go to WHW83.com. That's WHW, the number 8 and the number 3.com. Tickets are just $39 and you're just a handful of steps away from Barclays Center. So you'll be able to come see us and then just walk right over to Raw, man. It's going to be awesome. Don't leave the New York area if you're going for WrestleMania without checking out What Happened When in 83 Weeks in a combo show, which I know you had a lot of fun with this past weekend.
Yeah, I had a great time with Eric. He told some great stories. We had so much fun. The fans were so responsive, and he told some stories I never thought he would tell. I mean, didn't some of those things he said shock you? I mean, it's like, yikes. I never thought those would get out in the open, but I look forward to that. Now, people were wondering, are you and Eric kind of going at a little bit, butting heads? There's a part of our past that probably needs to go unsaid. But if he wants to bring it up, I'm not going to back down at all. I'll dive right in. So I went into this thing with Eric thinking, does he want to mix it up? I mean, physically I can't mix it up because he's a black belt guy. But if he wanted to mix up verbally, I'm ready to go. So if he'd like to get into it in Brooklyn. By the way, the name of the place where we're going to be is Littlefield, which is at 635 Sackett Street in Brooklyn, where we're going to do our show. But if he wants to mix it up, Conrad, you know me, I ain't go back down from shit, man.
Well, I'm excited about that. And I'm also excited that you've accepted the challenge today. We're going to watch along a very special Monday Night Nitro, getting your way back machines. And let's talk about the Nitro from 19 years ago today. If you're listening on Wednesday, it went down on March 27th, 2000. It's the Spring Break 2000 episode, which is kind of fun, but this is an interesting show because this is really the last one before you guys took a week to just show clips. And then you returned where both Bischoff and Vince Russo were sort of hitting the reset button on WCW. So it's a weird time where this is really the last solely written by Vince Russo, but he's got the chains and shackles on from Standards and Practices. Next week is a clip show. The following week, it's the sort of reset button for WCW where all the champions drop their belts. So fire up Nitro number 236 on the WWE network. And if you're like me and you're watching on your computer, you can simply go to shows and then Vault and then WCW Monday Nitro and then the year 2000 Nitro number 236. Do you think Lois is awake and sober? Can we get her to give us a countdown?
She's not only awake and sober, she is so excited her husband's back after being 4 days in Chicago.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah. So let's bring in Lois and see how excited she is about having me back.
All right, Tony. I'll give you your countdown under one condition. You never wear that mask again. That Batman mask looks ridiculous on an old man. That mask you got at C2E2, never wear it again. You want your countdown? Take it off. Keep it off. 3, 2, 1, play.
Well, we open up with the grand WCW World Championship Wrestling logo. It's one thing I didn't bring up to Eric about that logo and why in the world we would come up with something like that. But, after doing our spring breaks, Conrad, most of them in Panama City, Panama City Beach, here we are in Dave Silva country, South Padre Island, Texas. And I got to tell you, the fans here were crazy, not only that night, but that day as well. We were, if I can use the term, red fucking hot in South Padre Island. You ever been there before?
No, I have not. I didn't want to get pregnant, so I decided not to go there.
Okay, gotcha. But as you can tell from the pyro going up in the sky and the fans that were packed along I think that was a Sheraton there that we were at, this was a grand day. And this was a grand day because you mentioned this leading into this about the great unknown here. And we had been without Vince Russo, who I guess had walked out of the booking committee because he didn't want to be part of the booking committee. We didn't know how to light Mean Gene Okerlund here, as you can tell. We'll brighten up on him here in just a second. A funny thing there, what he was doing, he pointed to a girl at the front row there and he said, "My dear, looks like you're very proud of those. My hat's off to you." There you go. We got a light on Gene now. But they were smoking pot at ringside. There were girls showing us some things we probably shouldn't have seen at ringside. It was crazy. It was a crazy, wild fucking atmosphere.
Wait, what were they showing you?
Boobs.
Oh, well, what's wrong with that? You said they shouldn't have been showing you that. I mean, we should encourage that behavior. Don't give bad advice on this show.
Listen, no, I encourage that behavior. I think it's nice, but not when the television cameras are rolling. We're doing live TV on a Turner broadcast. Oh my God. Now this is a perfect 10 here, I do believe.
My goodness. Wow.
Wow.
Man, that DDP yoga shit is legit.
Yeah. Can you believe he must?
He's a hell of a salesman. Let's just say that.
Hell of a, and he must be well endowed too.
Whoa, bro. Why are you talking about dudes' penises?
Well, I'm just trying to make sense of why.
Well, let's just say she felt the bang. My goodness. They knew exactly what they were doing when they brought her out first to South Padre Island, did they not?
Oh my God. Did they ever? Man,
I had given up on Nitro by 2000, but I'm going to have to revisit some of this.
Look at Okerlund. Old man with a Woody. Woohoo. She's going to bring Diamond Dallas Page back here, who had been absent from WCW. And,
this would be a great time to shill some dick pills right now, which would probably annoy Jim Cornette, but we don't have to do that this week. So maybe old Jim will listen.
Yeah. Is he still in his closet in Chicago?
Oh my God. Why are you doing that?
I just wondered that,
Jim was at C2E2, sold out hanging from the rafters for his show as well. I know he had a good time, and we appreciate everybody who came out and supported our wrestling initiative amongst a crazy Comic-Con crowd. But yeah, he,
like the baby face here. What the hell's going on?
He came out pretty publicly last week and said that he would never shill dick pills.
Yeah.
Which you and I gladly do every week. Speaking of dick pills, here comes one. Diamond Dallas Page strutting ass to the ring.
Yeah. Looking pretty cool, buddy. So, 2000, very, very, as you talked about, very, different time to be in WCW, but this will be our last full year. If you think about this, I'm starting our last full year.
Yeah. 364 days later.
Right.
You guys were donezo.
Exactly.
That's weird to think about, isn't it?
Oh, it is, because there was still very much a pulse in the company back then. And I had talked to Eric Bischoff. I had just come from earlier in the month. I had just come from, I was in Vancouver to do the voiceover for a WCW video game with EA Sports. And I had talked to Eric Bischoff on the phone, and he asked me, he said, "What do you think of me and Russo together?" I say, I think it's great. And it wasn't just being a kid's ass either. I thought it was great that Russo, who I thought was very organized about his thought process and about putting together a show, and Eric Bischoff, who I thought was a good leader, I thought they would work out very, very well. But as we have found out since then, they did not work out well. And as Eric said to us this weekend during C2E2, there is still a lot of bad blood there between those two.
Yeah, those guys do not get along, but you spent some time since we've done a show here with Diamond Dallas Page himself. You and I cruised over to his DDPY Performance Center right there in Marietta, Georgia, or Smyrna rather.
Yeah.
Dude, quite the building he's built there, quite the facility, and what a heck of a staff too.
Yeah, he's got quite the business. He's going to expand his business, I understand. We met, his daughters work with him, and it's he's doing it right. And since that time, Paige has been in touch with me because I've had back problems throughout my life, and I was telling him he and I got together and talked, and he said, "I want to help you out with your back problems." I said, "Okay." And by golly, Conrad, the very next day he called me and he set me up with this guy that he knows to do a deep muscle massage. Now, it's nothing like the massage that you get in Florida, in Orlando with Road Warrior Animal. It's a deep muscle massage. He set me up with this guy. He's a giving guy, man. He wants to help out. He's just a good man to be around. And not only that, man, he was living large at this point in his life, wasn't he? With Kimberly right behind him.
I don't think he's ever been short in that regard. He's always been a salesman. He's still a salesman, and we appreciate the hospitality. Last week, he opened up his facility to us like we own the place, and what a place it was. I've never been there before. I know you have. Yeah. But the first time you see that, you're like, you have to be a little taken aback by, holy shit, this is bigger than I thought.
Oh yeah. It's a place where you can run a television show from.
Oh, without question, as we like to say here on the show. What do you think he's saying here back in 2000 though?
Well, he's probably saying here, it doesn't matter if it's Bischoff or it's Russo. The fact is, the girl over my shoulder to my right is all mine. Right. And I will get it 3 times tonight, maybe 4 times tonight before this. Oh, I'm going off. I can't pay attention to him. I'm watching her. Sorry. God, she was beautiful.
Great shot of the ramp here. A different set, of course, because you guys are on the road. And as beautiful as Kimberly is and as over as the NWO is back in the day, boy, they really went off the rails here when they invited Jeff fucking Jarrett to be a part. And he's in his denim shorts like he likes it. And got a cut off, listen up, slap nuts shirt and a bootleg US title. Not really a bootleg, but not the original US design made by Reggie Parks. This one instead tried to be copied and changed from a 5-plater to a 3-plater from Joe Marshall. I like the original US title with that design better. The one that Sting and Lex Luger and Big Van Vader and Steve Austin and all those guys held.
Not that I ever thought I was a booker, Conrad, and not that I ever wanted to be, but I could have booked a great match for WrestleMania coming up in a couple of weeks if they would have let me.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
You're going to say Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle.
Yes, I am. Kurt Angle is going to wrestle Baron Corbin in his retirement match.
Hang on. Just because it was said on TV, that doesn't mean that's really what's going to happen.
You know something that we don't know, maybe?
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, come on, man. There's no fucking way that's what it's going to be.
I think it'll be great. It will be a great angle. But anyway, that's what I thought. So, anyway, old Slapnuts himself is backstage now.
My God, Kimberly from every angle, roll tide.
I know.
So Jeff Jarrett is in phenomenal shape here. He always had go away heat with me in wrestling, and I don't know why, but like these fucking Bob Vila shades he's rocking, I want to punch him in the face.
And if you wanted to punch you in the face, how many more wanted to punch you in the face?
Well, you would say, well, that was the desired effect, but no, even when he was a baby face, I wanted to punch him in the face. My goodness.
You know what we should have done? Whoa, yeah. We should have just said, yeah, let him talk, but let's keep the cameras on Kimberly. Did he just yank on his crank to him?
He did, and he said, choke on that.
Oh, good God. How about that? All right, so we're off.
Why is Kimberly jumping, and can we get her to do it again?
I know why she's jumping. Kimberly, hop up and down all you can. So the first segment's done. Take a look at your announced team here with the
world's sexiest big man.
Yeah.
TV sexiest big man, Mr. Mark Madden, who will also be at Starrcade. Both of you fuckers will be there.
Both of our fuckers will be here. You know what? It was amazing. We were at Ric Flair's birthday party, and Mark Madden was there.
Yep.
And had you ever met Mark before?
I have.
You had met him before. You were standing there talking to him, and I was watching you talk to him, and he was listening to you like, whatever you say, man. You're a genius. Whatever you had his undivided attention like no one's ever had it before. So,
well, it's probably because he listens to our show and he's going to hear whatever you're going to say. Do you want to send a message to him right now?
Oh, hey, Mark. Always like working with you. You had plenty of heat from people I know, but I always enjoyed working with him. I thought
no. Fuck that. Try it again.
What do you want me to say?
Well, just be yourself. Don't be that guy who just spoke.
Okay. Hey, Mark, go fuck yourself, buddy.
There you go. See, that's what people were waiting for. That's what people needed.
Okay.
Hey, so listen, let's peek behind the curtain. This is our first recording since we have had our low-key Big Hog 2019 get together here in Huntsville.
Right.
Give your feedback very briefly about the weekend and the interaction and the time we got to spend with some of our patrons on Patreon.
I thought we had a very well thought out, exciting weekend. We had great surprises. Tommy Rich, Ernest Miller, Tracy Smothers were all a part of it. They made run-ins, so to speak. We got to go to a comedy show. We got to go bowling, and we got to go, which I think in many ways was the highlight of the whole night, an independent wrestling show, Rocket City Wrestling, as a group. And we had breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it was, for the first one ever, I think it's really something great to build on. And I was very excited about that. Got to meet Efren in person for the first time. Got to see some of our friends who I've never met before, like Bo Giddens. JD was there. Joe Santiago was there as well. And I know I'm going to miss some more. Jeff Jewett was there. Is this a man cow thing going on here? I believe it is. Jimmy Hart is choking out man cow. What the fuck?
What's fun too is just this past week, Eric Bischoff co-hosted Man Cow right there in Chicago.
Yeah.
And how ironic that 19 years after the fact, he's in studio and here we're watching it from 2000. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Did you get the feeling that,
by the way, is that young Kevin Sullivan in the middle or what?
it sure does look like young Kevin Sullivan. Oh my God. The artist formerly known as Prince Iakea and Paisley. Oh God.
I wish he was just formerly known, period.
Hey, can I tell you something right now? See these three guys on the right?
Yep.
I have no fucking idea who any of these guys are. None.
Why are you being like that?
I don't know who these guys are. Who are these guys? I'm sorry. And they all may be big stars right now. Or have been big stars at their career, but I have no idea who they are. Oh.
So the deal is, this is directly from the Observer. Artist did a skit with three unknowns where Paisley picked his opponent, picking Mike Modest, which is going to be the guy in the middle.
Right.
By the way, I also want to mention about that Man Cow segment. They showed the angle to set up Man Cow versus Jimmy Hart at Spring Stampede, where Hart attacked Man Cow seemingly for no reason. As the angle was explained to me ahead of time, Man Cow was going to bury WCW for being so bad, but they didn't make it clear what it was. And people in the company were very disappointed with the lack of publicity in Chicago doing the angle got. So Man Cow didn't hit a home run for you guys here.
No. And we had Man Cow do a lot of things for us. When we were in Chicago, we had him do interviews. We did interviews for his show. So I don't know what the problem was there, but I was watching that go down. I thought about, with Eric this weekend, apparently, and this kind of surprised me. There's just a little bit of heat with Eric Bischoff as far as Jimmy Hart's concerned, and I don't understand it. Sucker.
Well, I think, if you're Brutus the fucking Barber Beefcake or Jimmy Hart, you're Eric Bischoff, everybody's vying for that best friend spot for Hulk Hogan.
Oh.
And he probably feels like he's already knocked off Brutus. He's already knocked off Brian Knobbs. He probably feels like if he can get rid of Jimmy Hart, then he's finally got Terry Bollea all to himself.
We heard that, one thing I remember about this show, I remember a number of things about it, but I remember about this opening match was that Mike Modest was somewhat of a independent star out in California.
Yeah, he actually appeared in the movie Beyond the Mat, which I know is not really your deal, but right. he was in that. And anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to mention too that well, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I was getting ready to say, and I of all the Prince Iake incarnations in whatever, I like this one. I like this look. I like this entrance.
Well, it's something, I mean,
it's something. You're right. It's purple and,
let me say this, and I want to state clearly for the record, out of all the Prince Iake incarnations, this right here is one of them.
Thank you. What is your problem with Prince Iake?
Fuck him. That's my problem. If you're allowed to hate Evan Courageous, I'm allowed to hate Prince Iake.
Okay.
And it's not the fact that, he was mean to me personally, or he was rude or disrespected me or my family or took food off the table. Clearly that's not the case. Yeah. No, it's just, fuck him. That's all. He'd go like right now. I'd be changing the station if I could. Him and his stupid fucking pineapple Willie haircut, dressed like a fucking Prince jack off. Fuck him.
Whoa. Took a hell of a bump from Modest that time, didn't he?
Well, I'm glad he's good for something.
Okay. Hey, wouldn't you look at Benjamin Button over there being our referee? Looks the same.
No, let's stop that lie too.
What? He doesn't look
Charles
the same
Robinson looks great there. Charles Robinson today looks like the old man version of this guy here. He's elderly and he's been in my cocoon, but if I'm honest with you, I've been troubleshooting the cocoon because I want to get it right for you and Eric and Bruce.
Thank you.
So I've just let him, have a couple shots at it.
Yeah.
Oh man, T-Bone Tazplex. Drop him on his fucking head, Mike. Come on. Help us out here.
after this weekend, I think Eric probably needs more time in the cocoon than I do.
Allegedly, he was in the cocoon 44 minutes longer than he should have been on Friday night.
That's what we understand. Yes, we do. I thought this was just a great atmosphere. Did you hear the story about the? And I guess we can bring it up when we see Buff later on the show, which is another one of your favorites. Did you hear this? Ever hear the story about the wet T-shirt contest that happened and got everybody in trouble?
Yes, but tell everybody listening.
Well, I understand that it not only became a wet T-shirt contest, it became a wet T-shirt contest and became a topless contest. And then we found out that, if I'm right, and you may have known something that I don't, that some of the girls shouldn't have been doing it because of their age.
Oh, I don't know about that. I thought one girl showed her no-no.
Oh, okay. It became a bottomless contest too.
I was told that the idea was it would be a wet T-shirt contest, and one girl, in an effort to win, decided to take the shirt off completely.
Yeah. Right.
And then another girl decided, oh, I ain't going out like that.
Yeah.
And took her bottoms off and shook her no-no. And when she shook her no-no, she won.
Yeah. I would think she did.
Apparently no-no shaking is pretty popular there. In
Right.
South Padre Island. But you know, I know Dave Silva, and that doesn't really surprise me because Dave Silva's like a baby face to all of our listeners, but behind the scenes, he's a sick freak who does all kinds of weird stuff.
And he could have been there. I mean, he could have been like little 10-year-old Dave Silva there that night.
10. Dave Silva's present day is 54 years old.
Okay.
So you just take 20 years off. He was 33 here.
Okay. Whoa. Hey, boy, Modest making a hell of a showing here. And of course, we were probably too busy talking about something else. Whoa, got a 2 count. Chavitos, come down.
What great shape Chavo's in here.
Yes, he
Might
is.
be the best he ever looked right there.
Absolutely. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out again. Having a very competitive match to start things out. And who we got here? Oh, Chris Candido.
Oh man, this is gonna make me sad. I love Chris Candido. I know we haven't talked about him a bunch here on the show, but
yeah,
low key, one of my favorite wrestlers, one of the more underrated performers in the history of the business. And he's clearly slipping there. There's been some sort of spill.
Yeah.
And he's sliding all over the place. Oh, so's Chavo.
Yeah. Well, someone threw their beer.
What is happening? I sort of said what a maneuver, but he got it.
Wow. He should have won it with that.
He did.
And he did.
That's the move that they showed as a finish on that Monday Night Raw tryout that he had way back in the day on Beyond the Mat. And somebody in the back said, oh, I'm stealing it. Huh. And he wound up making it on TV with it. Good for him. So yeah. Chavito brawling to the back with Chris Candido. Now they're going through the sand. Boy, I have an idea where this is going. And you're losing your mind here.
Oh my God. What have we just seen? What is going on? They were throwing beer. They had to clean up the beer. They were smoking their dope. And look at, man, we were overselling this thing, weren't we? As only we could do.
Hey, Tony Schiavone here, and I've got the solution to your stink. That's Mando. And the reason I have the solution is that Mando has been a game changer for me. Did you know that Mando products are clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone? Now, 12 hours after a guy showers, his grundle odor level is 5 out of 10. But with Mando, the average grundle odor is 0 out of 10. You familiar with grundle odor? Well, that's what comes between your legs, buddy. And that's where you stink. Well, one of the places you stink. As a matter of fact, for all the places you stink, there's only one solution, and that's Mando. My favorite Mando products are the cream tube deodorant and the deodorant wipes. There's nothing like wipes on the go. When you think that you're smelling, that you need to freshen up, or you just want to stay fresh on a daily basis. And Mando's deodorant is not just for under the pits. It's for everywhere on your body. Pits, balls, thighs, belly button, butt cracks, and feet. Get rid of that odor. Get rid of that grundle odor with Mando, which was created, by the way, by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. So he creates Mando, which is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor up to 72 hours. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code WHW at shopmando.com, SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson sent you. Mando, I smell better. You will too.
Where's the I wish I was watching Raw sign? There was one in there earlier. There was a famous sign in that behind us. But this was a location we'd never been before and never would go back to again.
Oh,
Whoa,
my God. The Harris brothers here to talk about Nazism and the Third Reich. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me tell you something, little boy. Here I've got on my left hand, on my left arm, I've got a steel pipe. And I'm going to take this steel pipe and I'm going to make sure that the Third Reich rises again. Heil! 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 Why do we let these guys do an interview? I mean, they were legitimate badasses, but they were terrible interviewers. They got three bald fucks doing a fucking interview. One shorter than the other. One of the three is dead. We'll be right back.
Three bald fucks. That's pretty good. Hey, since we're talking about music, do you want to tell everybody who your new favorite rapper is?
My new favorite rapper is 2 Chainz.
And you've decided you loved him so much that you adopted a new nickname for yourself. Do you want to tell everybody what that is?
My name is 3 Chainz. 3 Chainz Schiavone.
I can't believe that's real, but yeah, I introduced you during Low Key Big Hog Weekend to some 2 Chainz and played some of his videos, and you decided that he was pretty cool.
Yeah, he is pretty cool. Look at Shane Helms. He is cool. Love his stuff. But there's a couple of them out there I couldn't give you a flip for, but he's not one of them. I really like him a lot.
Who's your least favorite rapper of all time?
It's Kodak Black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to say that you're wrong on that one.
Yeah, nice. Fuck. Please. Try, fuck. And he's making millions, isn't he?
Yeah. Doing real well.
You see my girl there? Spice. My favorite Nitro girl.
I'm going to go to tnt.turner.com. See what's there.
Okay.
You want to guess?
No. What is it?
Not shit.
Nothing?
Nope. They Schiavone'd.
Yeah, well, they're getting ready to, there was Stacy Keebler. Getting ready to do away with Turner Broadcasting. Yeah.
How weird is that going to be?
It's going to be weird. I don't give a fuck about them. Man, that's a pretty good little video here. Watch out, brother.
Oh my God, how tan is Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, no wonder was the world heavyweight champion. Look, speaking of not being tan,
Vampiro, who's going to be at Starrcade, pokes his head out. Jimmy Hart, who's also going to be at Starrcade, follows. Hadn't been announced yet. A little spoiler action for everybody here on WHW.
Hey, if you're walking down a hallway and Vampiro steps out and says, "Come on in here," wouldn't you stop and say, "What the fuck do you want?"
No, I'd shoot that motherfucker.
I mean, oh Lord.
I'd shoot him on sight.
But they walked out. They walked back there with him, like as if to say, "Okay, yeah, sure, we're coming back."
Yeah. If everybody watching was thinking what we're thinking, can we all agree? Fuck Billy Kidman.
You damn right. Fuck Billy Kidman.
Fuck him.
Hey, congratulations that Booker T is going to be a 2-time Hall of Famer coming up.
2-time?
He and Stevie Ray.
Two-time?
Lots been made.
2-time?
On social media about
2-time?
About Stevie Ray not deserving
2-time?
to be in the Hall of Fame. But I say Stevie Ray deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, man.
Sure you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Because suckers got
to know.
That's right. Absolutely.
I ain't even mad at it, bro.
Here they come, Harris boys.
The suckers got to know.
Yep. Big Ron with Heavy D. You don't like them? You don't give a shit about them?
Yep.
What was it about the Harris twins you didn't like? The fact that they were like maybe
Nazis.
Nazis? Okay. Just because they had skinheads, you think they're Nazis?
No, they have SS tattoos on their bodies.
Are you serious?
Yeah. You guys put them on TV and didn't care that they were skinhead Nazis.
I'm just learning this.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, it's real. Why would I make that up? That's a pretty serious accusation to just freestyle.
Well, yeah, it is
here on
because
the
you
show.
make up a lot of shit. But
Whoa. Pump the brakes.
You make up a lot of shit about me sometimes.
Okay.
So-
well, you know what? Let's make up another one then. You two are a Nazi. See, do you see how that's different?
Yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, these guys are, they're racist. They hate Nazis. I mean, they hate black people. They hate people of color. They hate Dave Silva personally.
They just hate.
They're haters.
They're haters, right?
In the most sincere way. No, seriously, I think you could even Google that.
Yeah.
Harris Brothers Nazi WCW.
Okay. What does it give you?
Oh, okay. The Aero Lucha CEO says Ron and Don Harris are not Nazi sympathizers.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, good.
So the Aero Lucha says they are not.
Okay.
But to me, when you get like a Nazi tattoo.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, yeah.
I'm not an expert. But.
I mean, if that would be the last, I would think that would be the last that a tattoo anybody should get.
I mean, I don't know why anybody. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you would think, I don't know.
But you and I mean, we're haters, but of a different kind.
Yeah. We hate idiots.
Well, and each other.
Well, I hate it when you act like an idiot.
I've never acted like an idiot to you.
No, sometimes it's not an act for some. Watch out. What do we got here?
Wait, why are you being mean?
Okay. I was looking. Was that Craig Pittman running down as well? I saw Stevie Ray come down, or Stevie Ray. And
that's not Craig Pittman. That's Ahmed Johnson.
That's Ahmed Johnson.
He,
Ahmed Johnson.
He ate himself, but that's him.
Holy shit. Stevie Ray and Ahmed.
Do you want to know Jim Cornette's favorite Ahmed Johnson promo?
Yes, I do.
Great googly moogly.
Wow, we got. I'm very sorry, everyone. I cannot recognize half these people who are in this show today. I didn't even remember Ahmed. Who's the other guy? Who's this big
dude? I got to play this for you.
What the hell?
There was a video game that the WWF put out.
Get ready for what that stupid.
I'm gonna start it over. But there's this great video game the WWF put out called Warzone. Okay, it's a shitty video game, but whatever. Those are details.
Okay.
Part of it is after you select a player, or when you're thinking about selecting a player, they would have the actual wrestler like cut a promo.
Right.
You can't make out anything this motherfucker says. Here you go. This is Ahmed Johnson. I want you to recap when we're done.
Okay.
Get ready for what that stupid little have to face, because it's time to meet the real superstar of WWF. I'm gonna beat you, and no one gonna come save your sorry carcass. Just make sure you got plenty of insurance, punk.
All right, so there's one.
Okay.
I got most of that one.
I understood. You need insurance, punk.
There you go. Let's continue.
Okay.
Listen up, punk. That little ass body of yours can't possibly deal with the ass whipping I'm going to give you in the ring. If you want to step up to play team, bring it on. Because I forgot to take my medication in the morning, and I'm in a real bad mood.
All right.
There was two.
Did he say something about body manure in there?
Yep.
Okay. Body manure.
Hey, if you want to play like that, there ain't nothing between us but airing our duty, boy. So go ahead, bring your toys and get a ring. You got to ain't nothing on this earth that's going to save you from this ass whipping.
That was number 3. Here we go.
Something chewy in the establishment.
Those other stars, they're a pushover. But now, you're fucking ready to get the big dog. Because if you're dumb enough to believe you got what it takes to take on Ahmed Johnson and a purple powerhouse, then come on.
Oh, that he was pissed off that his OnStar was broken, and he was really motherfucking the GMC people.
Speaking of motherfucking, here comes Hulk motherfucking Hogan. And man, how weird does it look when he's coming out with no wrist tape? That's a little thing, but he looks like way out of place to me for some reason.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. You know, Bubba the Love Sponge was here that day.
Really? Did he bring his wife?
What?
Did he bring his wife?
I don't know. I sat and talked to Bubba and Hogan in a hotel room for about 30 minutes or so.
Was his wife there?
I don't know if she was or not. Whose wife? Bubba's?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't have known her to see her. Why did you ask me that twice?
Well, you said you were in a hotel room with him. I just wondered if she was there.
No,
by the way, what's up with his chest right there? He's got looks like he had a little surgery on his chest or something. That's weird.
Hogan did or Gene?
What, can you see Gene's chest?
No.
Okay, then maybe that's not it.
Okay. I was looking to look at this time. Please retire. Well, you know something, brother. I'm not going to retire. I'm never going to retire. As a matter of fact, Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff's got me another big deal coming up. And pretty soon there's going to be a movie about me. And you know who's going to play me in the movie? Thor. That's right. Thor is going to play me in the movie. And he's going to have a hammer. And I'm not talking about just another Thor hammer. I'm talking about the thermos, man. I'm talking about my thermos. He's going to have it. Is it true that let me interrupt you here, brother, to say that we also now have Bryan Cranston in the movie about me is going to play the role of Tony Schiavone because he's the greatest actor out there today. And we thought, what great actor could play a guy who acted like he was a good wrestling announcer like Schiavone did? So we say it's going to be Bryan Cranston, brother, who's going to play Tony Schiavone in my movie. And Thor is going to be also playing me. Now we ask, who is going to play Conrad Thompson in the movie? And I said, Conrad Thompson has nothing to do with my past brother. Well, since Schiavone's in it, we ought to book him. Well, then I need to ask you, who is going to play Conrad Thompson in your movie that's going to be obligated? We thought Dom DeLuise should play Conrad Thompson in our movie, brother. But Dom DeLuise, as you probably know, is dead. And what we need somebody alive to be able to play Conrad Thompson. So we're still looking, we're still trying to cast that. So if you have any idea who you want to play Conrad Thompson in our movie, or who you'd like to play Bruce Pritchard in our movie, or who you'd like to play Eric Bischoff in our movie, let us know. Now, wait a minute. You've got all those characters in your movies, and who's going to play me? I mean, I look around, I don't see anybody here that looks like me, but is there anybody who could, would you take a look at those moves? Well, brother, I know you want to find out who's going to play you in my movie, but right now, I'm too busy looking at all the boobage that's around. That's right. I said the word boobage around here at South Padre Island, because here's the fact, man, that this movie is going to talk about Hulkster when he was young. This movie is going to talk about the beach bum before he became the big Hollywood star that he is now. This movie is going to take the real life Terry Bollea. How do you pronounce his name? Terry Bollea. And wait a minute. Hold on a second. You mean we're not going to talk about Hulk Hogan, who made millions of dollars, who became a star in the WWE? We are going to talk about the kid who was the beach bum before you became wrestling. That's right, brother. Here's the deal. Before I became beach bum, I had this friend of mine, Ed Leslie, and he carried my pot everywhere with me, all right? And so I told Ed one day, I said, whenever we get a chance to make it big, I'll make all the money, you carry all the weed. And Ed said, whatever you want to do, just get me booked on top. And guess what? Here in WCW, we got him booked on top. How about that for a fucking rib? Now, I was talking about that Thor was going to play me in my movie. That's right, one of the great Hollywood actors of all time. You mean the guy that played the dumbass in the remake of Ghostbusters going to play you? Forget that movie, Gene. That movie sucked, and he played just a dumbass. I'm talking about the guy who played Thor in those 3 Thor movies. Certainly a cool motherfucker who's just like me. And all these millions of Hulkamaniacs out there realize that I'm the one that they're doing a movie about. Hey, would you quit looking at the girls and their boobs and quit punting and start looking at me here? Because I like to say, what you going to do when the Hulk Hogan movie runs wild on Netflix and Bryan Cranston plays Tony Schiavone, brother?
Do you have the scoop here? Is Bryan Cranston really in the movie?
No.
Okay.
No,
Cause you know that the dude who directed Hangover is the director, Phillips. And you know that, the guy who put together A Star Is Born, one of your favorite actors and mine, he's the other producer with Eric Bischoff.
Right. Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. No, I look at this. Boy, that scares me. Doesn't it scare you, the wall?
No, that's one wall that they'll never get over.
Well, no, I just say that because my daughter, Laurie, who is a big movie buff and a big television, big time, she said, Dad, you need to have Bryan Cranston play you in the movie. I said, honey, I don't think they'll have him in my, but I was just trying to put it out there. And I said something to Eric Bischoff about it too this weekend.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah, I did.
You said, have Bryan Cranston play me.
Yep.
God damn. We gotta have a talk.
Why?
That's the fucking most Mickey Mark thing I've ever had you say out loud.
Well,
I'm just embarrassed to know you a little.
Speaking of embarrassing, take a look at these four goofs. That's right. Even the goof holding the microphone. Wow, my God. Johnny the Bull, Big Vito, and Glenn Bullshit.
Gilberty. Gilberty.
What I want to know is what's a guy like you running a shoe show in Las Vegas about? Why you? What the fuck? Why would you run it when I've got more on the ball than most every you motherfuckers will have? Do we know the gee? Go ahead. That's always the interview asks. Good. Who's watching this one?
No.
Oh, the Nazis uprising. There they go.
How did you not know those dudes were Nazis till today?
I didn't know that. Did you see that? Did you see that behind apparently something behind the door? Are we going to have a match for God's sake?
No, we're just talking, man.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go. Okay. Are these the Jung Dragons?
These are the Jung Dragons. And there's Evan Courageous and 3 count, and out they go. And the Young Dragons take the dots and leave with them. That pissed me off, wouldn't it? Leave with my fucking dot. Oh, we got a schmoz. Johnny the Bull and Big Vito.
Who would have guessed?
Who would have taken the schmoz? Yeah. Ninja Turtle this motherfucker. Down you go. Okay? Go get old Commentary Ninja and come back and see us. Here we go. Double team. Sending one in. Oh, fuck. I don't know if you can work that or not. That was pretty hard.
That's what she said.
Thank you. So it's like Jesus.
Hey, speaking of hard.
Yeah.
Why haven't we talked about Tylene Buck in a little while?
I don't know.
I mean, you brought her pocket. You brought her replica thing to Huntsville. And then you wouldn't show everybody.
A replica thing in Huntsville.
And Cassio had a whole theory as to why you wouldn't show it. Cause I thought it was funny when Eric Rottencrotch, and by the way, that's his real name, sent you, her replica area.
Yeah.
And you said you were going to bring it, and then you refused to show it. And Cassio has a whole theory that maybe that thing was, not clean.
Worn out.
Okay.
First of all, I didn't bring it because you guys said, well, bring it with you. And I'd already left. I was in Nashville, Tennessee doing other things. And then you guys got all huffy about it. And you said, well, have Lois put it in a damn pack and our box or something and ship it to you. Now, can you imagine going up to Lois? Hey, Lois, would you come to my room and get Tylene Buck's pussy and put it in the box and send it to me?
Hang on now.
I mean, wouldn't that have been a great conversation?
What the fuck else was she doing?
Well, no. The answer is nothing to that. But
then what's the problem?
It would just be kind of an awkward conversation.
Awkward for who?
For me.
Why? When the fuck did you start caring what Lois thought?
Yeah, but you don't tell your wife to go upstairs and get somebody's pussy and put it in a box.
Why not?
You just don't. I would think.
But why not?
I just didn't. I just stayed away from that because I'd had to, after Huntsville, I would have to turn around. And
In fairness, I told you to go get John Michael to send it as one of the jobber Schiavones. He's used to putting guys over.
Oh,
He could have put you over.
Oh,
So hey, speaking of putting over,
uh-huh.
that was one of your favorite lines of the entire weekend. You happened to cross, a channel that you didn't intend on landing on.
Yeah.
And there was, a little adult action happening on said channel.
Yes.
And I made the comment when he was, doing something special for her.
Cunnilingus.
Okay. All right. We're going to get technical here.
Yeah.
That, he was putting her over.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's one of those where the Coke Zero went up my nose when you said that. So, you just casually said, oh, he's putting her over. Just casually said it. I have to say that at your house,
Yeah.
some interesting TV watching going on there.
What does that mean?
It just is. I mean, that's where I found out about 2 Chainz.
That's true. I did introduce you to 2 Chainz. I'm not ashamed of that fact, by the way.
Right. And just interesting. Very interesting.
It's also where you, first were introduced to Kodak Black.
Yeah. That's right.
Why are you sleeping on Kodak?
I'm sleeping on Kodak because if he can make $1 million with music, any motherfucker can. Okay. There are good, talented rappers out there who know what the hell they're doing. He ain't one of them.
Boy, that's hurtful.
And plus he's a Florida Gator, and that's double trouble. And look at this. The Young Dragons on Gilbert Birdie 1, and that's it. That's over. The Young Dragons are winners. Uh-oh, here come the World Tag Team Champs. Oh, man. Didn't Asians and Nazis get along during World War II? So this is kind of odd.
What are you saying right now out loud?
I was just wondering. Whoa. If they are the Nazis you say they are.
Well, listen,
But
here's the deal. I've never asked them. I'm just saying allegedly they had this tattoo.
Let's just bring Ric Flair in. Look at Rick, man. Look, it's sunburn. We walk Sting through a tent with Vampiro. That's a pretty cool look, don't you think?
Yeah.
No, really, Vampiro and Sting walking together? Yikes. Girl in front. Was Spice. Melissa.
You're a big fan of her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, she had Melissa, and I'm sure she still does, had the most contagious smile. Whenever she'd smile, everybody would smile. And so you see, you thought I was going to talk about TNA there, didn't you? Tits and ass.
Whoa. I thought you were talking about Impact when you said TNA.
No. Okay. Tits. You thought I was talking about something sexual. I was talking about her smile.
I didn't think you were talking about something sexual. TNA is like, TNA. It's like, it's like, no, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles. Oh, wait, all those guys are WWE. You know what I mean?
Right. Rick looked a little sunburnt there. We take you back last Monday to WCW Monday Nitro when Liz said, "Get out of the ring! My God, here comes Sting." And Sting came to the aid of Vampiro. So apparently, Vampiro and Sting are going to wrestle Ric Flair and Lex Luger here.
By the way, that robe he just wore to the ring, I used to own.
And you no longer do?
Nope. Sold at an auction. It's gone.
Your life is rather interesting.
How so?
Well, with belts and robes and all the stuff that you're into in wrestling. But when it comes to comic books and sci-fi and fantasy, you don't give a flip about that stuff. Nothing.
No, I don't care about it at all.
But wrestling fans, as we have found out, And comic book fans and sci-fi fans, a lot of times, most of the time, are the same type people. But you're not one of those. It's either one. I would think that, because Dave Silva is like me. Dave Silva is a big comic book sci-fi guy. And the fact that you're not is kind of head scratching. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Nah, I think you're weird.
No, because it was Eric and I were down on the floor at C2E2, and you were not. You were there just for the show, and I get that. Well, Luger still looked pretty damn good here, didn't he? He was sucking it all in there, you could tell, but he still looked good. But
you all right?
Yeah, man. How much liposuction and here we go, jump start. Somebody's got a JR sign in the back. I didn't notice that. There you go. Some JR fans. Oh, by the way, JR and Bruce will be in New York as well, won't they?
They will. Right after you and I finish with Eric Bischoff, people can go to Raw. And then as soon as Raw is over, a couple more steps and boom, you're sawed off right there at the last Bruce Pritchard, Jim Ross live show ever.
Wow. Hey, so also, I think we should mention, I don't know if we should, and if we shouldn't, I'll go ahead and edit it out, but we should mention that Eric and I are going to be at WrestleCon.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be there, right?
I'm going to be there on Saturday. Eric will be there Friday and Saturday for WrestleCon. And we'll be saying hello, signing autographs, snapping pictures, and getting to meet everybody. So it'll be the first WrestleCon I've been to in a couple of years. I'll look forward to that.
That's so great.
What? What's so great?
Oh, that you're going.
Well, thank you, Conrad. Anybody asked me, they said, hey, what you doing this weekend? I said, I don't know, ask Conrad. Because he's my man. What is going on here? Oh, okay, it's Sting and Luger. That's a very, very difficult shot to follow there.
I think this is where they do like a pile driver in the ocean, right?
Yes, they do. I think they go out amongst the surf and do it. Get out of the way, Liz. Ooh, back body drop.
You ever done a back body drop into the pool?
No, I've never done a back body drop anywhere.
This year at the Conrad Center, I'm getting you to do a back body drop in the pool.
Who, you going to back body drop me?
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. Why don't we do this? Why don't we invite Tylene Buck to come back body drop me?
Look at the guy that's trying to deliver drinks.
And he's laughing.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was terrible. You think we can arrange that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Flair doesn't know what to do with Vampiro. It's rare that Flair has a bad match. This is on that list.
Yeah.
How about Lex started to throw him in and then just sort of gave up midway through, and Sting followed through, just threw himself into the stucco.
What? Oh, Liz hit him with a pizza pan. Oh my God. What is that? Dip?
No, it's like pudding.
Pudding.
Oh, he put his own face in the nachos
and rubbed it in. He rubbed his own face in it.
My God. This is the worst show ever.
Well, no, it's not, but it's up there. I would agree with that. This is not a good show.
Bro, if he puts him in the nachos, and then the pudding, he should put him in the pudding.
Well, listen, Russo wasn't there that day.
I'm trying to make light of the silliness, but I'll stop. Let's just be very serious. Miss Elizabeth has passed away. Lex Luger is no longer in this physical condition. Sting has been born again. Charles Robinson bathes in a cocoon. He's still on SmackDown.
Here, we're getting ready to see the pile driver in the surf.
Remember the days when you were always ready to go? Well, now you can be again with BlueChew. They've got the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Take them anytime. You can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. And the process is super simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com, you consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and man, once you're approved, you'll get your prescription in a few days. That's it. And here's the best part. It's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversation, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. BlueChew's tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly to your door, all in a discreet package. And BlueChew wants to help you have better sex. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it. We've got a special deal for our listeners. Try BlueChew free when you use our promo code WHW at checkout. Just pay the $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com. The promo code is WHW and you receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we want to thank BlueChew for sponsoring today's podcast. He's covered in pudding.
He's covered in pudding.
It looks like he was watching channel 599 on DirecTV. Something went horribly awry.
Watch out. Surfboard! 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 Another one.
Where are you at on the Beyonce surfboard song?
Never heard it.
What do you mean?
Never heard it. You don't need to play it for me either. I'd take your word for it.
Why are you being like that?
Cause I don't want to hear it.
I feel like you're saying mean things.
No, I'm not saying I don't want to hear it. Last time you wanted me to listen to a song, we played some 2 Chainz and it was cool. Then you played some Kodak Black and it wasn't cool. So the last time you played music for me, it wasn't cool. And I would rather call a guy with a white face and a guy covered in pudding battling in the beach.
I mean, all right, I know you don't want me to play it, but can I like send you some of the lyrics and you try to sing them along or something?
Yeah, that sounds good. You can do that.
So you don't want to listen to it, but you want me to send you the lyrics so you can sing.
Well, yeah, sometimes the lyrics are good.
Okay. Well, check your inbox in just a minute and I'll send some surfboard lyrics to you.
Whoa, there it is. Pile driver in the surf. 1, 2, 3. And this match is over. But of course, their partners, they didn't realize it, did they? Because they're still in the ring. Or are they? Or what? Yeah, see, they're still in the ring. Or were these 2 separate matches? Who knows? Who cares? It's over. Oh my God. Whew.
What's happening to you right now?
I don't know what's happening to me. This is fucking nuts.
So one of the favorite things, that I'm not going to have you say.
Okay.
Is Beyonce's talking about surfboard as if it were a sexual position.
Okay.
And she says graining on that wood.
Okay.
But you won't get the reference now, but I sent you some lyrics.
Okay.
And if you can just have a little fun with that. I didn't start with the beginning. I just let it sort of linger a little bit.
Okay.
See what you think.
All right. So the surfboard being a sexual position, would that be for the male or the female?
Well, I mean, you won't let me play it for you, so just use your imagination.
Okay. I haven't gotten it yet, but that's okay. We are having fun at South Padre Island. This is a cool place, man. I think this will be a good weekend getaway for us and the wives. And
yeah, and then we can go visit Dave Silva.
Yeah, I know.
You know that somebody got their kidneys cut out down there in South Padre Island?
At this show?
I don't think it was at this show. I think everybody wanted to do some different physical violence here, but yeah, there was a moment where, I think somebody had their kidneys cut out while they were still awake and alive.
And they didn't give them to Gene. What the fuck? What's wrong with people? Yeah. Tough acting, Tenactin, presenting the tug of war contest. We had the sponsor, didn't we? GTX. We're going to show you once again some of the part that we could show you that was actually half-ass lit, because once they got out to the beach, they were completely unlit. Watch that. They're going to show this again. Please do. No, they didn't show Luger's face down in it. Is Vampiro going to pin Flair here? Oh, my God. Here it is. Wow. Right into the surf. Pile driver in the surf. And the 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh, it's Terry Funk. What's he saying here?
He said, well, that Deucey is the shit. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. Hold up. Stumble in the house. Tuna. Back all that mouth that you had in the car talking about you. Baddest bitch thus far. Talking about you. Be repping that verb. Want to see all that shit I heard. Knowing I sling clean in Clint Eastwood. Hope you can handle this curve. Foreplay in the foyer. Fucked up my Warhol. Slid the panties. What the hell?
Keep going. Keep going.
Slid the panties right to the side. Ain't got no time to take drawers off on site. Catch a charge. I might beat the box up like Mike. This is really a song. In 97, like Ming, I bite. I'm Mike Turner. Turn up, baby. I know, don't play. Now eat the cake. And it may.
I peed a little.
Say, eat the cake. And it may. I'm nice for y'all to reach these heights. We're going to need G, 3, 4, 5, 6 flights. Sleep tight. We sex again in the morning. Your breakfast is my breakfast. We going in. We be all right.
Oh my God.
Love. Oh, they finally talk about love. About 3 stanzas, 10 stanzas. We'll be all night. Love. Never tired. Just like the Double Cross Ranch. I've been sipping. That's the only thing keeping me on fire. Me on fire. To me, it's feeling like all my entire life I've been drinking watermelon. Fuck. Did you slip the word in?
No.
That word's actually in the song.
Yes.
Oh, my God. I want your body right here, Daddy. I want you right now. Can't keep your eyes off my
Fatty.
Fatty.
Dude, I'm going to need you to tell everybody, what you're going to do in the morning and what your breakfast is.
Yeah. What did you say? The chairman of WCW. What you going to do in the morning? Okay. We sex again in the morning. Your breast is my breakfast is. We go in. We be all night. Love.
That's
We
a
be
good.
all
I just
night.
needed the breakfast line.
What's that?
My God, that breakfast line. By the way, LaParca going to be at Starrcade.
Yeah.
You think he's going to recognize you and try to hit you with a chair?
I know. I don't know if think he is or not. LaParca's a little bit larger than he used to be when you see him, but he's still he's changed his style. You know, he was very much of a high flying luchador, could do some stuff, but now he's a brawler. Basically, the LaParca that we've seen in MLW. Would you take a look at the size of Ming's afro?
It's serious.
It is, man. It's some work to be done on that. I would if I had been a wrestler, I would have never wanted to wrestle Ming because he was a sweetheart of a guy. But what happened is if you just did something wrong and made him mad, what would have happened?
Well, he'd fucking eat you.
That's right. Hit him again. Go ahead. Oh, he's got him in the goozle. Oh, that's it. Goozle him down. 1, 2, 3. That's there, buddy. Ming and all 14 inches of afro.
By the way, both of my dogs are here in the studio with me.
Are they?
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Baby is your favorite non-Schiavone dog, right?
Oh, yeah. She's a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. Look at this out of control guy. Tank fucking Abbott, man. Who was Tank? Was he a Ultimate Fighting or MMA champion or something like that?
He was never a champion, but he was definitely in the UFC.
He was in the UFC?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very odd guy.
Yeah, David Flair told me that he was weary of riding with him when he first came in the WCW because he knew that, I guess he's got a little Schiavone in him, because he said, hey, if that guy wanted to do something to me, there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I guess, that line, or what made me think of that story is this past weekend, you and I, when we were in Chicago, I said, hey man, let's go to dinner before the show. So we went to dinner, and you wanted to go to a steakhouse. So we went to a really great steakhouse, had a great time, and I got to hang out with my trademark attorney. He's helped me make a lot of news lately, accidentally. Michael Dawkins. And anyway, while we're there or on the way there, you randomly just in the middle of the Uber ride, everything's quiet. You look over and you said, about Efren, just randomly. I said, yeah. And he said, if he wanted to fuck me in the ass last weekend, I couldn't have stopped him. I thought it was the funniest Tony Schiavone line ever, because it was a week prior. We haven't seen him. We haven't talked about him. He didn't come up in conversation. Everything's totally quiet. We're on our way to dinner, and it just crossed I don't know if it was because we were out of the house or what, but it just crossed your mind. Like, you know what? He's a big boy. He could have just took me to Pound Town, and I couldn't have done anything about it.
Well, I was just thinking about, we had been chatting with Efren, and I'd Skyped with him and been talking to him via email, and I'd never seen him in person. And when you see Efren in person, you think, wow, he's a big guy, right? And my fear. So
Sure.
I don't know why they both kind of just hit my brain at the same time. And they did. And, I'm full of random things like that. Here he comes, Bill DeMott. No laughing matter.
Humorous.
Yes, this is before Misfits in Action, isn't it? Yes, it is. Misfits in Action was later on that year with General Erection.
Huge erection.
Huge erection. Is David Penzer going to be at Starrcade?
I'd like to hope so.
Okay. I think here that David Penzer didn't know this was happening.
Do you think he's talking about jelly donuts?
Why would you bring that up?
Well, because it happened when he was coach.
Oh, that thing. That jelly donut thing.
What did you think I was talking about?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about maybe eat the cake, Annie Mae. So nice for y'all to reach these heights. We're going to need G3, 4, 5, 6 flights. Sleep tight. We sex again in the morning. Your breastises is my breakfasts.
Alrighty.
Terry Funk, man. Terry Funk and Ric Flair on the show together. Lex Luger's on the show. Sting. Pretty good talent here, would you say? Hulk Hogan, and then we're going to end it up with Hulk Hogan against the wall. How about that? How about that for a main event? It's back in the time when we said, well, it's Hogan. Let's just put him on the main event. It'll mean something.
Dude, I kind of forgot that Terry Funk was on this show, but let me just tell you, I'm excited that he is.
Yeah.
Terry Funk is Bruce Prichard's favorite wrestler, and he's probably top 5 for me.
Oh, I agree. Absolutely, I agree. Just everything he did was just make it.
It was entertaining.
Yeah, Aaron, very good. I was getting ready to say could do no wrong, but everything he did was entertaining. Look at him, man. He's could hardly climb up there, but it didn't matter. He just pushed himself. Was it him that we talked about that Terry Funk had absolutely no cartilage between it and his knees? It had been worn down. It was just bone on bone.
That's right.
Good God. And that's why he walked the way he walked. I mean, imagine that. The cartilage is what cushions, one bone to the other at your knee joint. Look at this. And he would try something like, jeez. Going to try Hugh Morris's own move. Yeah, one of the greats. How's he doing health-wise? Have you heard?
I hope he's doing okay. He's agreed to come to Starrcast. He wasn't able to make it last year. Had a little bit of a health scare, but I hope he's doing okay.
Oh, great. That is great. That is great news to have him come to Starrcast.
Hugh really teasing. The thing I learned about recently, I don't even know that me and you've talked about this. I'll wait till it happens again.
Okay.
But there's a moment in a match that has a name. And in all my years of wrestling fandom, I only learned this last weekend.
Is it a move from Hugh Morris or is it from Terry Funk?
Hugh Morris was on the top, was teasing and getting on the top rope.
Right.
And he looked left and he looked right. Like to the crowd.
Good God.
Oh, on the floor, dude. Are they on sand?
Yeah, they're in sand.
Do you know how hard that is?
Oh yeah. People, not only is the sand hard, the people have been standing on it, packing it in. So the move, you look left, look right. What's the move?
It's called a rat pivot.
Yeah, you're making that up.
No, I'm not.
A rat pivot.
So whenever a baby face or any wrestler, look at that sign on the shirt and the crowd says, "Fuck you, I'm from Texas." And they had to shoot around it. It was awesome. Anyway, yeah. So the deal is when a wrestler looks to the crowd and then looks to the other side, it's called a rat pivot because you're trying to see who all's out there. And is there anybody prime for the taking or somebody you know? And when I called bullshit on this and said, no, the rat pivot's not really a thing. Like you just made that up. Said wrestler said to me, "Why do you think Ricky Steamboat sold to all four sides?" And it was like a light bulb moment, like, holy shit. So then just to test it out, I asked a couple other guys, "Hey man, what's a rat pivot?" And they sent me pictures of when they were looking in the crowd.
Wow.
Rat pivot. I feel like I should play the NBC The More You Know logo.
Why do you think Steamboat sold to all four sides?
Ricky Morton, one of the world's best sellers, he was doing rat pivot the whole time.
Oh my God. He was selling on either side of the ring.
I thought he was trying to really sell, the pain and the impactfulness. Oh, here comes Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was not. He was trying to see where the rat's at and doing a rat pivot.
See who was in the stands tonight. Mostly who they knew. That's what they were looking for. Here we go. No laughing matter. Dustin Rhodes had come in. Terry Funk and Natty with a chair. There it is. And there's a disqualification. Come on, Dustin. Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. Something out of the ordinary. The Rhodes family, the Funk family. Long time bad blood. Holy shit. This is pretty good. It's not bad at all. And of course, why? Terry Funk's a part of it.
And how about this? A Funk and a Rhodes. It just goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
It does. Gonna fight all the way out here.
When he was feuding with Dusty, he had a shirt that said Dusty sucks eggs.
Right.
If he was feuding with Goldust, what do you think the shirt would have said?
Goldust sucks. Eggs.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
Okay.
There he goes to the top rope.
Oh. Referee. What the fuck?
Looks like Vito from The Sopranos' son right there. Look at what the fuck, dude. Holy shit. I think, I don't know that Steiner can take any more steroids. He looked full right there.
Boy, man, he looked, some people may say he looked chiseled, but I'd say he looked like he was ready to pop right there. And I would think it may have pissed Hulk Hogan off a little bit that you would go from that shot of Steiner looking that way. And it even made Hulk look small. Now, Hulk is gigantic, but after that, anybody looks small. Am I right?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, largest arms in the world used to be the real deal, but right after that Scott Steiner vignette, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And of course, there's a commercial break between them too. I know, but I don't think in Vince's world there would ever been, if Hogan's the big star or superstar, it would have ever been positioned like that. So now he's cutting a promo here on the wall, which will be his opponent coming up later on in the show. With the exception of the Sting and that stupid fight in the pudding and the fight on the outside, this hasn't been bad. Right?
No, this is fun. It's a fun show. It's silly, crazy fun. All these spring break episodes were, and we're watching this during spring break this year, so it's fitting.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time at South Padre Island as well. As a matter of fact, if I recall, and I know I recall correctly, Jimmy Hart and I left South Padre Island that night after the show and drove towards Houston and spent the night somewhere and kept driving towards. And I think we worked in Houston the next day for a Thunder taping, if I recall, somewhere up in Texas. Because we would do Thunder tapings and we would do tapings of WCW Saturday night. And here he comes. So now he's a producer or quote unquote an agent for Vince.
Apparently he's maybe even going to have a role bigger than that. I don't think the official title's out yet. Oh, there's Tylene Buck. Hey, you've seen her.
Yes, I have. I think we need to get in touch with Tylene. Don't you think? Now, yeah. Just see how she's doing. I like to stay in touch with people I used to work with.
Somebody else that used to work with, I don't know how I feel like we got to at least mention it. Jim Cornette.
Uh-huh.
And, he's a C2E2, and I don't know if you saw, but Sunday night, Eric Bischoff and Jim Cornette got into a Twitter spat.
I did not.
It was not pleasant.
Wow. Twitter spats usually aren't. I have to go on Eric's feed and read that.
Well, you should probably look at Jim's.
Okay, look at Jim's.
The deal is, and Roddy Piper said this on WWF TV a long time ago, and it really rang true on Sunday. Don't throw rocks at a man holding a machine gun. I think maybe Eric threw a rock.
Okay.
And rat-a-tat-tat.
Yeah.
Cornette got in that ass.
It's best just leave it alone, right?
I mean, to me, Jim Cornette, who is maybe one of the best promos, not just in the history of the business, but in the history of God's green earth.
Yeah. No one. Yeah. Right.
It's almost like that dog Snots on Christmas Vacation.
Uh-huh.
Clark, is better if you just let him finish. You know what I mean? Like, just let him go. Whatever he wants to do, just do that.
Yeah. And that's probably what he should have done.
It all started over dick pills, by the way, I think.
Did it really?
Yeah. Cornette took a hard line, pardon the pun, and said he didn't want to sell dick pills. And I just said, me and you and Bruce and Eric, we're BlueChew for life.
Sure we are.
And,
but because we
I
have
don't
fun.
think Cornette took issue with that. We're shilling for the sponsor. I mean, that's what I do. I shill for sponsors, and no big deal, but whatever. And, Eric decided to just start taking shots.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Not polite ones, not respectful ones. And I thought they got along, which was weird. Like, I didn't know they had any sort of issue. Like, I've never had a crossword with Jim Cornette. So,
yeah. Well, Jim and I have gone back and forth, but it's all been in good fun.
Yeah. Like,
right.
Really, I mean, I know that he has a reputation for being wild and over the top and all that, but when you like meet him in real, he's a fucking great guy.
Yes, he is.
And so it's just weird that Eric just got at him. I mean, I don't know if they're working some sort of angle. I don't know, but holy shit, I was not smartened up. And so when people started texting me like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know. I'm eating dinner with my family. What's going on? And they sent me a link and I was like, okay, that got real.
Wow. Well, I don't know. Maybe it had something to do with the fact that we just all were very proud of what we were doing this weekend. And we were. I think we were proud of what we accomplished. And
well, yeah, I mean, but here's the thing, like everybody did well. We sold a bunch of tickets and Cornette's sold his show out like weeks ago. So, I mean, everybody did well. I don't know.
Well, see that smile from
that they loved that butt wiggle shot for South Padre Island. Cause that's like the third time we've seen it today.
I know.
How much can we see of Evan Courageous on this? Do you think?
One time is plenty.
Is this where they decided to start showing no-nos?
Yeah, it's about time they started showing no-nos. And I have a feeling that somewhere in the raw footage of the WWE Empire, unless they burned the tapes, is the footage of the girl showing her no.
Well, I mean, but we have the internet. Why would anybody dig through all those videos to see a no? I could just Google no.
Well, I know you could. Well, and I get that, but just an historic. I would like to see the reaction of everybody at that time. God, we got Kurt Hennig in this show too. Man, loaded with talent.
This is not the main event, but it's the semi-main event, I guess, because we got Kurt coming to the ring and we're waiting on his tag team partner. And I'll let you describe who he is to everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly Scott Steiner. It's not him.
Yeah, Scott Steiner is in the ring with Jeff Jarrett. But who is Kurt's partner?
He's trying to make a quick exit. Oh, here he is. It's Buff Bagwell. Buff the stuff. Buff is late because he had his bag being shored in the back. And look at this. Coming in, giving everybody high fives, and now he's going at it.
Hey, you know what? We did ask I guess we should tell everybody at part of our low key big hot get togethers, we had several run-ins from, names from wrestling past. And
sure,
when we went to the Italian restaurant on Friday night, we had a run-in that interrupted our dinner that said, somebody say something about lasagna. And Wildfire Tommy Rich, the former NWA heavyweight champion, surprised everybody at the Italian family dinner. And then, the next day, while everybody's cutting promos, against the old TBS backdrop, wearing an old Ric Flair robe and sporting the big gold belt with you in your JCP jacket and a microphone, Ernest the Cat Miller popped in. And Ernest, as part of the Q&A, someone asked about a story we told here about Buff Bagwell and his, grooming habits.
Right.
And Ernest confirmed that, yeah, that sounds like something Buff would do.
Right. Yeah.
Which I was kind of shocked about.
Yeah. That story was brought up to Ernest, and I thought Ernest would say, really? Nah, that couldn't happen. No way.
That's what I assumed. I thought he would be like, dude, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. But no, he went the other way with it.
Yeah. So apparently it was common knowledge, or not surprising, that someone like Buff would let his own mother, which is surprising in itself. I mean, shocking in itself that he would let his mom do it, but it's surprising in itself that he would even have it done. I don't get that. I just don't get it. But that's just me. Boy, Scott Steiner, my God. How huge can a man be? Speaking of huge, Tylene's on the outside.
What's her Twitter look like these days?
Our Twitter?
Hers.
Her Twitter. I don't know. I'd like to.
I'm going to just check in and see how things are going.
Okay. And what's the Twitter for her?
At the Tylene Buck.
At the Tylene Buck.
Oh, I'm going to need you to just go ahead and read that first tweet for everybody.
Okay. I'll get to it here in a second. And,
really looking forward to this.
Yeah. You know, I kind of thought that, when we were trying to decide who would come out to our low-key Big Hog event, I kind of thought maybe Tylene Buck.
You going to read that tweet, Tony?
Okay, hang on.
It's at the Tylene Buck. How long does this take?
Okay. My replica vagina is craving to be roughed up. She got, yeah. Wow.
You said that out loud. People heard you.
Fitness, WCW Major Guns, Adult Entertainer, bookings, TyleneBuck@gmail.com. Lives out in California. Bless her heart. She's trying hard to make a buck, isn't she? Nothing wrong with that.
I have a feeling she's making some bucks.
I have a feeling she is too.
She had a sale the other day. Why are you laughing?
Just the way you said it and the way it was kind of just put into this conversation here. She had a sale the other day.
Well, it's true. She had 20% off panties and 20% off replica.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the word, but
okay.
What's funny is when I look at her pictures, it looks like her panties are 100% off.
Okay. Huh. Oh, well, who knows? She had a sale the other day. They were lining up to get in. Oh, what's Bagwell? You know you fucked up when you are banned from Starrcade. You have to really be a fuck up for that.
Hey, Big Vito is not banned. He's a nice guy.
No, I like Big Vito. And what's he doing here? Who's he talking to? Who the fuck you talking to, Big Vito? And why are you talking about the
WCW back on track to be #1 in the ratings and in the people's hearts.
He's going to get WCW back on track, #1 in the ratings and in people's hearts.
All right. Well, good for you, man. Good for you.
Because, of all the things I think about that could have potentially turned WCW around, Big Vito's at the top of the list, really.
Yeah, he sure is. He is one of them.
Him and Van Hammer.
And Evan Courageous. Absolutely. And the Young Dragons.
Wait. You can't just say Evan Courageous. Say it. Say the full name.
Evan Nothing Happening Courageous.
Oh, see, you're switching it up. You used to say Nothing Happening Evan Courageous.
Okay. Nothing Happening Evan Courageous.
There you go.
Thank you. I wonder where he is. I wonder why he hasn't come out of the woodwork to try to, I don't know.
Here's a spoiler. At the low-key Big Hog get together in 2020, I'm going to have him do a run in and kick you in the fucking head.
Yeah, bring his ass. See what's going on. See if he can get off the UPS truck. Or maybe he's a mailman in California somewhere. Or North Carolina. Whoa. Hell of a bump here. Hell of a gimmick bump, but still hell of a bump. Throwing Crowbar down. The wall, man. We're making him to a badass, and he's facing Hulk Hogan.
I mean, got to be the biggest match in Wall's career, right?
I would think so. He's American made. Da, 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 da. I never did remember the song. I knew it was called American Made that he came out to for us. I always remembered Rick Derringer's He is a Real American. I'm a Real American.
Can I tell you that I had the first argument I ever had with Cody Rhodes was about which Hulk Hogan theme was better. I thought Real American was better, and he is not having it.
He likes this one?
Yeah, a lot better.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe some of our listeners don't remember what it sounded like. Here's the beginning.
Wow. You know what? I agree with you. I think that it's all when you grew up and what you're watching when you're younger. And I get that.
What was great is when Tommy Rich told you that he grew up, watching you on TV, and you were the voice of his childhood.
Tommy Rich is a hilarious guy. I mean, he had us in stitches. And Cassio went and picked him up, and Cassio came to me. He said, I want to drive him around everywhere now. Just absolutely hilarious.
The Sunday surprise was Tracy Smothers. And to me, Tracy was our funniest guest of all.
Because everybody dies.
You love the everybody dies bit.
I do.
And you love him dancing to the FBI stuff. I showed you old clips and
yeah. Guys like Tracy and Tommy Rich, Ernest Miller, who was great with the stories, had everybody captivated. But, Tommy Rich, you're talking about an old school guy who's seen a lot and gone through a lot. And his wife, Terry, was there with us, and they had been married 40 years. How about that? 40 years. I expected, since Tommy had been in the business so long, that maybe he was on maybe his third wife or something. I didn't know, but they had been married 40 years, which tells me that they, through a lot of his career, they were married. When he was a matinee idol in Georgia Championship, somebody say something about getting married.
Dude, what if Tommy Rich became an ordained minister?
How about that?
How great would that be?
That would be. Well, you're an ordained minister, right?
Yeah.
And Cassio is, right?
Yeah. So is Bruce.
So, which tells me that anybody can be an ordained minister.
Whoa.
Hey, no, it is. Oh, come on now. What do you got to do? Just go down and fill out a form and pay $30 and get some holy water sprinkled on you. And hey, you're a minister. Is that it?
Why are you being like that?
Well, I mean, come on. Come on. Cassio, Bruce Pritchard's an ordained minister. Bruce Pritchard's what's wrong with this picture? Jesus. I just don't get it. But I have to say, these two guys are really lighting it up, aren't they? In this match?
Okay.
The Wall.
I'm not a fan of the Wall.
No, I know you're not. But this is one of those things where you try to build up a guy, big, bad, strong, destructive.
Let me tell you, Hulk Hogan still looks good here.
Oh, of course he does.
That Hulk Hogan hair is iconic.
The yellow mustache.
With no wrist tape, dude. It looks weird.
Didn't even think about that until you brought it up.
I mean, I just keep looking at him like something's off, and it's just very obvious.
Uh-oh, choke slam time. Hulk's talking to him. Get the cameras off. There you go. Oh, wow.
Not a good choke slam.
No, not good at all. Uh-oh. Turn around. Dave Silva in the audience says, turn around, man.
Let me tell you, one of the funniest things that happened at Low-Key Big Hog Weekend is when we went to Rocket City Wrestling, and Cassio Kid was furious at our friend Doug Markham, who was a referee for them, because whenever Doug would turn his back, the heels would start doing dastardly things.
Right.
And Cassio at the top of his lungs would yell, "Turn around, Doug! Doug! Doug, he's cheating! Turn around, Doug!" That was great.
Good time had by all. Oh my God, he came back up. He came back up. After he hulked up, after he walked around the circle, the wall came right back up.
By the way, in August, Rocket City Wrestling is doing a little convention here in Huntsville.
Really?
So they're going to bring in names from the past. Bruce came last year. Are you interested in coming this year?
No, I don't think so.
Just because you don't like Huntsville. What if I told you people would be dressed up like anime?
Calling for the bell. No, what kind of fucking crazy ass finish is this? Vampiro and Hogan together?
What's up with that?
I guess this is the payoff from what we saw earlier when Vampiro
went through a table and just jumped right up.
Yeah. Didn't sell shit. You know why? Because he's the fucking wall. Look at them eyes. Oh my.
I mean, he just went through the table and jumped up like nothing happened.
I know, because he's the fucking wall, man.
And this is how the show goes off the air, with Vampiro and Hulk Hogan cleaning house on the fucking wall. Yeah, and then you guys went dark for a week, clip show, and then we were back with a little reset button with Vince Russo and Eric Bischoff. And we're going to hit the reset button next week and bring you a brand new show here on What Happened When. Stay tuned to Twitter and look for a poll. We're going to have a poll up over at WHW Monday. He is at Tony Schiavone 24 and I am at Hey, it's Conrad, and we are out of time according to my clock here, Tony.
We're out of time because I know I sling Clint Eastwood. Hope you can handle this curve. Foreplay in the foyer. Fucked up by my Warhol, slid the panties right to the side, ain't got the time to take the drawers off on site. In 97, I bite, I Mike, I'm Turner, turn up, baby. No, I don't play. I said, eat the cake, Annie Mae. We 6 again in the morning. Your breakfast is my breakfast. And we're out of time. See you next.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.